In this video we are going to see the third topic, that is the Nazi worldview. The crimes that Nazi committed were linked to a system of belief and set of practices. We already said the Germany or the Nazi people, they was thinking like that, the purity of blood and other things. That's why we are saying like that the crimes what they committed, that is because of a system of belief and a set of practices. Nazi ideology was synonymous with Hitler's worldview. According to this, there was no equality between people, but only a racial hierarchy. And there is no equality in the society. How the society is divided? According to race. And when we are thinking about Indian situation, we are in our society it is divided in the name of caste. And European society normally it is divided in the name of class, economical condition of the person. And here in Hitler saying not according to that, it is according to the race hierarchy. Then in this view, blonde, blue-eyed Nordic German Aryans were at the top, while Jews were located at the lowest rung. So the according to Hitler, there was only racial hierarchy. In that the top level it is coming with German Nordic Aryans. Please underline. And what is their speciality? Then who comes the lowest one? That is Jews. They came to be regarded as an anti-race and arch enemies of Aryans. All other colored people were placed in between depending upon their external features. Hitler's racism borrowed from thinkers like Charles Darwin and Herbert Spencer. So from where he got this idea about this Aryan superiority and other things, it is from Charles Darwin. And we heard about the revolutionary theorem of Charles Darwin, that we are very familiar. Another one, it is the one of the sociologists, that is Herbert Spencer. He also from him also Hitler borrowed some of the idea. Then Darwin was a natural scientist who tried to explain the creation of the plants and animals through the concept of evolution and the natural selection. Please underline what was the theory of Darwin. Then he was a natural scientist, and he was saying like that animals and plants, it is derived from or developed through evolution and natural selection. Herbert Spencer later added the idea of survival of the fittest. The next idea added by the Herbert Spencer, really he is a sociologist, and he added the theory with the evolutionary theory, that is the survival of the fittest. Then according to this idea, only those species survived on earth that could adapt themselves to changing climatic conditions. We should bear it in mind that Darwin never advocated human intervention in what he thought was purely natural process of selection. The difference between the Darwin or the Darwin's theory, what he said, there is no human intervention in the selection of which species want to live. That is naturally it is happening like that. Who said? Darwin said. However, his idea was used by racist thinkers and politicians to justify imperial rule over the conquered people. The Nazi argument was simple: the strongest race would survive and the weak ones should perish. According to the theory of the Darwin as well as Herbert Spencer, the weaker section should perish, or they should vanish it from earth, and the stronger one should survive. And the Aryan race was the finest, and it had to retain its purity, become stronger and dominate the world. And Nazi group, they are saying like that the Aryans are the stronger one, so they want to keep the purity. They should not get married with other group of people. By that they can be more stronger and they can dominate the world, like that. Who said? Nazi group of people, or Hitler said. So the other aspects of Hitler's ideology related to the geopolitical concept of Lebensraum. or living space. He believed that the new territories had to be acquired for settlement. And the next ideology he taken from the living space theory. In that that theory they are saying like that we want to expand our territory for our settlement. This would enhance the area of the mother country while enabling the settlers on new land to retain an intimate link with the place of their origin. It would also enhance the material resources and power of the German nation. So, if they are moving away, they should not move away, or even though if they are moving to other place to settle down, they should have a good link with the mother country, and they should if they are moving another places, it will enhance the resources or the material resources they can get from that new area. Hitler intended to extend German boundaries by moving eastward to concentrate all German geographically on one place. Poland became laboratory for this experimentation. So what he is saying, he is moving to east side with all these Aryan people, and he is making the settlement there in the Poland, and later Poland become the experiment area for this Aryan superiority. Then establishment of racial state. Once in power, the Nazi quickly began to implement their dream of creating an exclusive racial community of pure German by physically eliminating all those who were seen as undesirable in extended empire. Means when they decided to keep this purity, what they done, those who are physically undesirable in the society, or Jews or the handicapped people, they separated them and they started to eliminate them from the society. Nazis wanted only a society of pure and healthy Nordic Aryan. Please underline what they want. They want only pure as well as healthy people. They alone were considered desirable. Only they were seen as worthy of prospering and multiplying against all other who were classed as undesirable. And the people, even though from this Aryan Nordic group itself, if they are become blind or handicap, any type of handicapped person is getting birth, and they are keeping them away from the mainstream of the society, or saying like that, not at all undesirable, that people don't want. If those who are healthy as well as from that particular caste, race, that people only considered as desirable. Then under the euthanasia program, Helmut's father along with other Nazi officials had condemned to die many Germans who were considered mentally and physically unfit. Then the German, this Nazi group, what they done, those who are physically or mentally handicapped, they also taken to the euthanasia program, or help them to die peacefully, or the final solution for that problem. Jews were not only the commonly classified as undesirable, these were others. Many gypsies and blacks living in the Nazi Germany were considered as racial inferiors who threatened the biological purity of the superior Aryan race, and they were widely persecuted. And not only physically and mentally handicapped or Jews, other than that, gypsies and black people also, those who was living in Nazi Germany, that people also persecuted. Even Russians and Poles means Poland people, were considered subhuman. They are also considered in the inferior group, and hence undeserving of any humanity. When Germany occupied Poland, the part of Russia, captured civilians were forced to work as a slave labor. Many of them died simply through hard work and starvation. And we have seen that Nazi or the Hitler, they are expanding their country, or one side they are moving to Russia and attacking Russia and taken some area, and even Poland. And what they done, they forcefully taken the people from that area to work for the Nazi Germany. and they never got proper food and given maximum hard work. That's why that people died. Jews remained the worst suffered in Nazi Germany. Nazi hatred of Jews had a persecutors in the traditional Christian hostility towards the Jews, because the Jews, why they got the problem, because these Aryans, what we are saying, they are the Christian community. There was the Christian community, and the Jews, they had the hostility between Christianity and Jewish community. Both community have a hatred each other or fighting each other for many years, because according to Bible or the Christian spirituality, we can see Jesus born and brought up in Jewish community, and the Jewish priest and the upper class people of the Jewish or the priest and other preachers, they was not ready to accept Jesus, and they only support to kill Jesus. So that problem was there between Jews and Christians. That's why German Aryans, they are saying like that Jews are the least one, because they killed their God, like their Christian people, they are believing. But that is not the reality. That is according to the time it should happen, what all things should happen, same way it happened. And in other countries, the Christians not feeling that much hostility between Jews. Only some of the European countries, especially like Germany, that countries, they are having like this hostility between Jews. Then they had been stereotyped as killers of Christ and users. Until medieval time, Jews were barred from owning land. They survived mainly through trade and money lending. Before also, the Jews was commonly, they was doing the there was one type of, we can say in many aspects we can see they are the nomadic group, or they was traders. So they was not owning any land, and they was moving from one place to another place. Even if you are go through Bible, we can see in the time of Abraham or his children, they was moving from one place to another place. They was living in the Middle East, in Palestine, that area, and once in a while they was moved to Egypt, and again they came back. Like that situation we can see in the Bible. When we are reading the Old Testament, it is saying in the Bible there is two types of books. One is New Testament, and one is Old Testament. In Old Testament said before Christ what all things happened, that things it is explaining. In that we can see the Jewish people, there was like a nomadic group, they was moving from one place to another place. That's why normally they won't purchase their own land. Then there was very good traders also, and they lived in separately marked areas called ghettos, where they was living. The area where the Jews was living, that area was known as ghettos. They were often persecuted through periodic organized violence and expulsion from the land. And what the Nazi group they was doing, they was giving some threaten to them, or giving organized violence in that area, or giving the like a gas chamber, or killing all the persons all in a sudden. However, Hitler hated the Jews was based on the pseudo-scientific theories of race, which held that the conversation was no solution to Jews' problem. It could be solved only through their total elimination. So, what was in Hitler's mind? That was a pseudo, means it was not really a scientific theory what they are saying, this racism and other things. So, there was no real solution for that problem, and according to Hitler, the solution, only one solution, that is eliminating that people from the earth. From 1993 to 1938, Nazists terrorized, pauperized and segregated the Jews, compelling them to leave the country. The next phase, 1939 to 45, aimed to concentrating them in a certain areas and eventually killing them in a gas chamber in the Poland. Then in starting this, given the trouble like that, move away from the country, and in second step, the those which people not moved from Germany, what they done, they taken to the concentrated area in one area, and put the poisonous gas, and within second they will die because of that poisonous gas. That chambers was there in the Poland area. Okay, we will continue in next video.